Tonight's main event features the Triple Crown King of the Monsters, the Mexican monolith Warlord Santos, celebrating his RWL United States title win tonight by accepting a non-title open challenge from no less than former No Rules champ Bruiser Brody.
Tonight's star main event is a non-title contest set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Santa Fe, New Mexico, weighing 312 pounds, here is Bruiser Brody. It's main event time, and Bruiser Brody has talked both Warlord Santos and himself into this non-title match with the freshly recoronated Triple Crown King of the Monsters. And you know both Santos and Sylvia. Neither one of them was gonna back down from a challenge from anyone. And Santos isn't the least bit scared of Brody, like lots of wrestlers in the back are. And since it's a non-title match, Santos doesn't see it as a throwaway match at all, but rather an opportunity to give the fans what they come to the show for. His opponent from Hidalgo, Mexico, weighing 496 pounds, he's the RWL United States Super Heavyweight and King of Legends champion, the Mexican monolith, Warlord Santos.
Even a guy that big is going to have problems carrying around 3 championships.
He seems to be doing just fine, man. The Mexican monolith, recently relieving Macho Man Randy Savage of the United States Championship to once again reign as a Triple Crown champion. But Santos has never been the kind to kick back with the trophies. No, he's right back in there tonight, fighting this non-title scrap with Brody, a former multi-time No Rules champion. And if Brody is on the hunt for gold, Santos needs to worry, since he's holding so much of what Brody might be after. There's definitely something in that Wally. Santos has 3 of the big ones, all titles that someone like Brody would believe would look really good on them instead of Santos. And Brody is big and bad enough to make that happen for himself, even though I'm sure Warlord Santos doesn't share Brody's views on the matter.
I don't know if I've said it before, but I like the way you guys think. This is definitely going to be a hellified main event with 2 really big, really mean dudes. Man, Brody looks determined, don't he? Alright, well, Willie Johnson rings the bell. Santos charges with a clothesline, takes Brody down to the canvas. He locks Brody up, gets a hold of the trunks, has him up, slams him right back down again, follows it up with a stomp right to the head of Bruiser Brody. Brody counters with a shot to the midsection, goes behind on Santos. Santos backs him off with a butt bump. Brody opens up with a couple of shots, takes down Santos to the canvas, gets a hold of him, drives a knee right into the head of the Mexican monolith. Brody drives an elbow into the leg of Warlord Santos, takes himself up to the middle rope, cross-body dive on the Mexican monolith. Brody with a series of shots and kicks and a DDT that takes him down. Here's a cover, 1, just the 1. Santos powering out of that pin pretty quick. Misses with the swing. Brody nails him with the right that spins him around. He goes behind. Clubbing blow to the chest. He takes a little walk across the chest of the Mexican monolith. Well, it's big enough to do that. Santos with a clothesline takes Brody down. Brody gets locked up. Winds up over the shoulders. Santos has him up in the powerbomb position. Oh, no, he didn't. Oh, man, just pitched him out to the floor. A power bomb to the outside from the Mexican monolith, who changes his mind on the high-risk maneuver, goes with the clothesline instead. Brody caught up from behind, gets slammed down the canvas. Santos quickly covers, hooks the leg, 1, just a 1. Brody powers out of the pin. There's a hard drive from Santos. Brody charges right into a power slam. Man, Warlord Santos definitely on his game here. Knee to the midsection to Brody. Santos has him up. Brody counters, goes behind, chop block to the knee of the Mexican monolith. Santos rolls to the outside. Brody all the way up on the top. Here we go. Double axe handle from 10 feet up. Brody with a chop, a kick, another kick, Hard right, chop to the chest, another right, drop kick to the knee. And the Mexican Monolith does a whole lot of shots in one combination. Brody drives him into the barricade. Santos rolled back inside the ring by Bruiser Brody, who has the advantage now. Taking his time about getting back in there too. Santos back up on his feet. Facing like a caged animal too. Oh man. Brody finally decides to bring it back inside the ring. Santos charges, misses with the clothesline. Brody nails him with the right. A spin kick. And it took Santos down. There's an elbow to the leg. Brody turns him over. Drives the knee into the canvas. Bruiser Brody regaining control of things at the moment. Brody turns Santos over again. Gonna drive the knee into the canvas one more time. Brody misses with the rolling elbow. Santos back up, charges. First there's a clothesline that takes Brody down. Santos drags him center ring. Gets a hold of Brody. Drives a knee into his skull. Santos dragging Bruiser Brody towards center ring. Brody back up on his feet. Catches a right from Santos. Santos goes behind. There's a German suplex. Rounds Brody up again. And there's a clothesline that spins Brody ass over tea kettle. Here's a cover. 1, 2. And again. Shut up, man. Bruiser Brody finding his way out of the pin. Santos having to redo from start here. That chop. He gets a hold of Brody. Brody counters with a kick. Locks up Santos. Santos counters with a knee. Brody locks him up again. Another knee from the Mexican Monolith. Brody whipped to the ropes. Santos misses with the elbow. Brody puts on the brakes. Santos gets a hold of him hard. Shot to the midsection. A kick to the midsection too. Santos has him up. There's a spinning powerbomb and sit out. And Brody is trying to figure it all out right now. What little he can. Santos dragging Brody towards center. Goes for the cover and hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. Well, put the cap on this one. Warlord Santos defeats Bruiser Brody by pinfall.
The time, 4 minutes and 56 seconds. Your winner by pinfall, Warlord Santos. I'm not used to seeing Bruiser Brody get ragdolled by anyone, but seeing it actually happen is pretty amazing. And it says a lot about the type of opponent Warlord Santos can be. We've seen Brody straight destroy some of his opponents, and I have never seen him physically abused like Santos just did. Wow, there are times the Mexican Monolith just seems unstoppable.
Well, this is a guy that don't drop a whole lot of his matches, GB. And if they're title matches, he especially doesn't drop them.
Okay, gang, that's all we got time for this week on Snarl. Hey, an extra special thank you to all our viewers, subscribers, and guests for following our WL and helping to boost the channel's presence. We seriously appreciate you. All right, next our WL telecast will be Monday night, August 11th, when our WL Rage returns with Don Hickson and his merry band. Till next Saturday, for all of us here at our WL, Wally Cardell saying thanks, good night, and be safe.